Welcome to PMdistilled guide. In this video, I'll provide you with the introduction to professional project management, which comprises of predictive project management, agile or adaptive project management, and hybrid project management. So the key topics, predictive project management, agile project management, and hybrid project management. So I'll give you a high level overview of these subjects. Uh, so we have project management at the top of this hierarchy, which comprises of predictive project management, which is also known as waterfall or traditional project management. Then we have agile project management, which is also known as adaptive project management. And then we have a hybrid project management, which is a combination of agile and predictive styles. The key thing about predictive project management is the life cycle. It passes through a series of phases like initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing. And as discussed earlier, predictive project management is also known as waterfall model because it looks like a waterfall. Then we have agile or adaptive project management. It is also known as adaptive, and all these agile models are both iterative and incremental in nature. And then we have hybrid project management, which is a combination of both predictive and agile, which gets applied in the same project itself. Now, predictive project management, as discussed already, it passes through the phases of initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing. So deliberately, I've shown monitoring and controlling starting at the beginning of initiation and ending at the closing of the project. Because the moment we start a project, the project gets initiated, monitoring and controlling starts, and it continues till the end of the project. So deliberately, I've shown it. No, it is at the full duration of the entire life cycle. So if you refer to other text, you may see it as initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing. In order to show this characteristic, I've kept it outside the regular waterfall. Now we have here we have the agile or adaptive project management styles. All agile models are iterative and incremental in nature. So we have 30-day iterations, and during this iteration we build the product. So the product gets incremented through iterations, and a series of iterations will end up in a release to the customer. So when we say agile, it is an umbrella of frameworks like Scrum, uh, test-driven development, RUP, uh, scaled agile, dynamic agile, etc., etc. So for most of our discussions, we'll be using Scrum because that is one of the most popular frameworks. So we'll cover all these things in detail, starting from chapter 6 of PMdistilled guide. Whereas in this session, we'll give just a orientation to the topics. Uh, Predictive project management, it is more like a waterfall, whereas in agile or adaptive project management, the the development of the product happens through iterations. So after iteration one, the product gets incremented. Then iteration two, it gets incremented further. And yeah, so the product, it is iterative and incremental in nature. The next question is when to apply predictive project management styles and when to apply agile project management styles. So here we have two parameters. That is the requirement step. One is the requirement stability, and the other one is the technology familiarity. So if the requirements are very, very stable and if the technology is very familiar to the project team, then we can go with predictive because we'll be able to plan from start till end with great accuracy. Then predictive styles are fine. Then at the same time, if the requirement stability is very low, that means if requirements are changing rapidly, and if the technology familiarity is also very, very low to the team, maybe it is a new type of technology, then in those scenarios, agile or adaptive is the best fit. And another parameter we need to consider is the difficulty to change. For technology projects, very often it can be very easy to incorporate changes, whereas uh, uh, for construction kind of projects, incorporating changes is very, very difficult. So that is another parameter we need to consider while deciding on the methodology or the framework. In a nutshell, if the requirements are very clear and if the technology is very clear and familiar, then go with waterfall or predictive project management. At the same time, if the technology is very new and if the requirements are evolving, then we go with agile or adaptive. For example, now artificial intelligence related projects is a sure candidate for agile, or the engineering phase of a construction project is a sure candidate for agile, or a new product development that is a sure candidate for agile. Whereas building, construction of a hospital, that is a sure candidate for predictive. Then hybrid project management. So sometimes, or these days, very often, we tailor the processes, or we tailor and we use a mixture of both agile and predictive styles within the same project. Then we call it as a hybrid project management. For example, in a construction project, uh, till the high level design completion, we can use agile because we have building information modeling systems, etc. So it becomes very easy to model it through iterations. And during the detailed engineering phase, we may follow predictive, but still we may follow some of the ceremonies from agile, like the daily stand-up meeting, etc. And when we get into construction, real construction phase, we may follow predictive styles. So within the project itself, we can use uh, predictive and agile intermittently for the benefit of the project. That is hybrid project management. So we discussed about predictive project management or waterfall. We also discussed about agile project management or adaptive styles, and we also discussed about hybrid project management. Now, if you want to get more information about this, please visit PMdistilled.com. PMdistilled.com and go to the introduction chapter of the PM Distilled Guide, which is easily accessible once you register at this site. So more information about this is available at pmdistilled.com. Thank you very much.